We are going to Kenosha and you're coming with us.
Today, we're taking the train from the Chicagoland area to the charming city of Kenosha, Wisconsin. Here, we'll be exploring Kenosha's stunning lakeside beaches, including the iconic Red Lighthouse, checking out some of their outdoor architecture, delving into fascinating exhibits at the Kenosha Public Museum, and, my personal favorite, riding the iconic streetcar that winds through the heart of the city. And we're doing all of this for just $20. So, if you're looking for a fun, local getaway spot that's easy to get to and super affordable, stay tuned. We took the Metra from the Wilmette train station since that was the closest one to us. We made sure to pack an entire backpack filled with snacks, sandwiches, and water. After all, this is a budget-friendly trip, so coming prepared was an absolute must. Also, side note, this Metra station is so clean and they even have this cute coffee stand which apparently operates on weekdays from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. We're at the Wilmette train station and we are waiting right now for the train, and the boys are excited.
Hey guys, so we're taking a Metro train. We're going to the cheese place.
The cheese place?
Yeah, and cheese is my favorite.
This is your favorite. Once the train arrived, we of course sat all the way at the top and got super comfortable for our just over an hour train ride. We also brought some reading material along to keep us from getting bored, and that included this visitor guide that we received from the Kenosha Visitor Bureau. It provides you with a list of things to do in Kenosha, including the names of popular restaurants, exhibits, and events, and you can get yours from www.visitkenosha.com. The Metro line that we took is the Union Pacific North, which starts from the Ogilvie Transportation Center in downtown Chicago and goes all the way to downtown Kenosha. The entire route from start to finish has about 28 stops in total, and for our ride from Wilmette, we had about 19 stops. This is honestly such a great way to spend a few hours in Wisconsin without needing to worry about staying overnight.
We're almost there.
I was so surprised at how quickly this train ride went by. Once we arrived, we headed downstairs and began walking towards the streetcar stop, and we were lucky enough that the streetcar was literally arriving just as we got there. The streetcar in Kenosha, Wisconsin, known as the Kenosha Streetcar, is a relatively short and scenic route. The loop is about 2 miles long and typically takes about 15 to 20 minutes to complete a full circuit, depending on, of course, traffic and stops. It costs just $1 to ride the train for a full loop for adults and only 50 cents for kids. Now, if you're planning on staying here the full day like we did, you can pay just $3.50 to ride the streetcar for the entire day. The streetcar passes through several key areas of interest in downtown, including the lakefront, Harbor Park, and various museums and restaurants, which provides a very charming and convenient way to see the city's highlights. Needless to say, we took full advantage of the full day pass, which the kind driver gave to us for free since it was our first time here, and we rode this thing off and on for hours, and the boys absolutely loved it. Our first stop off the streetcar was at Harbor Park, a beautifully developed area along the Kenosha lakefront that combines residential, commercial, and recreational spaces. Here we also saw Christopher Columbus statue, which is just one of the several art installations and historical markers in the area. We continued to walk on this path, which leads you right to the boardwalk, and this is where you'll also find the famous Red Lighthouse, which is known as the Kenosha North Pier Lighthouse. This lighthouse is functional and serves as an active aid to navigation during poor visibility conditions. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what it is about lighthouses that are so aesthetically pleasing to me, and I just love how they look with the backdrop of the water. We then walked to the end of the boardwalk towards where we saw people fishing, and this part of the pier, you guys, is so pretty, especially with the water crashing against the rocks. And this area appeared to be a popular place for people to come and take pictures as well. Our goal, per the usual, was to get our 10,000 steps in for the day, so we continued to walk along the shoreline. We came across this fenced area right here, which is also another popular photography location. You guys, just side note, I love living by the lake, and I'm so grateful that we live just a short drive away. And as you can tell from the video, we were having a beautiful day here in the Midwest. It was like 80 degrees, but not too hot and not too sticky or humid. It was literal perfection. Kenosha also offers several marinas and yacht clubs that host a variety of sailboats. You can also rent them for the day from the Kenosha Community Sailing Center. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this was a very affordable day trip for us, so stopping at a public park was definitely on our list, and this park is located right next to the marina. After the boys wrapped up with the park, we continued to walk and just scope out the area. And over here with this open space is where they typically hold local events. And there's also some restaurants in this area as well. Now, at this point, we were all getting pretty hungry. We had already done a lot of walking. And again, because this was an affordable day trip for us, I had brought us each sandwiches and a ton of snacks. So before we got to our second to last stop, the Kenosha Museum, we sat at the picnic benches that are located right outside and grabbed a bite to eat. Afterwards, we headed inside this free, yes, you heard me right, folks, this is a 100% free museum, and it is a key cultural and educational institution offering a wide array of exhibits and programs focusing on natural sciences, fine arts, and regional history. This museum is part of a campus of museums in Kenosha that also include the Civil War Museum and the Dinosaur Discovery Museum. They also offer workshops and classes which include a variety of educational programs for all ages, and you can check out more about this on their website, which is museums.kenosha.org for more information.
We're at the Kenosha Museum and we are looking around. We're learning about the history of the Kenosha area. There's a lot of really cool things. There's also a woolly, I don't know if it's a woolly mammoth or a Schaefer mammoth. Let me show you guys. At one point, I thought these people were real. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about.
The museum also features a collection of artifacts from the indigenous people of the upper Midwest, particularly those from the prehistoric period. These include tools, pottery, weapons, and other objects that were used in daily life. We then walked upstairs, where we came into this huge hall with a massive window overlooking the lakefront and harbor park. It's used as an observation deck, and there was also this telescope that cost 25 cents to operate and would allow you to take a closer look down below. And since I had a bunch of quarters that I brought with me for the rail car, I had some change to spare. We wrapped up and headed over to catch the rail car to look for an ice cream place.
So we are waiting for our trolley and we're stopping for some snacks. Now, I did bring a bunch of quarters. I did bring, because each person is $1 for, well, it's $1 for adults and 50 cents per child. One way around, which is 15 minutes, for all three of us was $2. And so then the guy was really nice because he knew we were from out of town and he gave us an all-day pass. So I got this all-day pass that we can hop on the trolley at any time. So we are really excited to do that. We're waiting for it to come back now.
Now, one thing that I did notice is that although we had came here on a Saturday, it really wasn't as busy as one would expect for a weekend. In fact, the streetcar was nearly empty most of the time, each time we got on. But hey, as someone who doesn't really like crowds, I am certainly not complaining. Our driver was kind enough to recommend a popular ice cream spot nearby called Scoop's Ice Cream and Candy. They serve premium ice cream, fudge, cakes, and candy. I even got a cookie ice cream sandwich, and Robert and I got a cone. It was so good. As we finished up, we hopped back on the rail car and headed for one last walk along the boardwalk. As we kept walking, we walked in the opposite direction this time, and we noticed a hotel that was conveniently located near the west side of the lake. This is located just a few minutes away from the Metra. Now, this hotel, we learned, was the Wyndham Garden Kenosha Harborside, and so if you're looking for something overnight instead of a day trip like us, you can certainly look into it, as the location is quite ideal for the area. And the fact that you're right on the water with this amazing view is just a huge plus. Now, we were told that the streetcar would stop running at 6:15 p.m., so we would need to hurry back for its next loop around if we wanted to get to the train station on time. By the way, the streetcar hours do vary, so I strongly suggest that you look at the hours on the Visit Kenosha website before you go. Now, luckily, our train arrived as soon as we got there, and we left feeling really satisfied and tired from a full day of walking and so much fun. Now, how was our overall experience, and how much did we really spend? I think it's safe to say that our favorite part of the entire experience was getting to ride on the electric rail car, mostly because we don't have anything like this where we live, so it's a bit unusual and was really fun for the boys. We also, of course, enjoyed our time at the museum and walking along the lakefront. I mean, who could resist a view like this? Okay, so here's a breakdown of what we paid. Since kids under 12 get to ride free on the Metra, I paid just $3.75 for a one-way ticket there and $3.75 for a ticket back. Then the streetcar driver was nice enough to give us a free all-day pass, so we saved $3.50 there, although that's not a bad rate anyway. We then spent $13.01 for ice cream, which really was our only expense the entire time we were there, making our grand total just $20.51. Okay, I was 51 cents over the $20, but hey, that's not too bad given that we had a full day of fun in Kenosha. Overall, we had a great time and we will definitely be back.